Life doesn't change in one big moment. It changes in the tiny decisions you make every single day. The small choices, the quiet actions, the simple habits you repeat without thinking. These are the things that silently shape your future. Most people wait for the perfect time, the perfect chance, the perfect motivation. But success doesn't come from waiting. It comes from building small habits that slowly, consistently, and powerfully shift your mindset, your discipline, and your direction. In this episode, we're diving into 5 simple habits. Habits so small anyone can start today, yet so powerful they can rebuild your confidence, strengthen your discipline, brighten your mindset, and create the version of you that you know you're capable of becoming. These habits don't require money, talent, or luck. They require only one thing: your commitment to change your life step by step, day by day, one simple action at a time. If you are ready to stop feeling stuck, if you are ready to grow stronger, if you are ready to build the life you dream of, then let's begin. Because greatness starts small, but grows unstoppable. Habit 1. Win the first 10 minutes of your day. The first 10 minutes of your day are the most powerful, yet most people waste them without even realizing it. They wake up and immediately grab their phone, check messages, scroll social media, react to other people's lives, and allow the outside world to control their mood before they even take their first breath. But the people who grow, the people who rise, the people who build a peaceful and powerful life, they guard their first 10 minutes like treasure. Because those few moments set the tone for everything that follows. Winning your morning doesn't mean you have to wake up at 4 a.m. or meditate for hours. It means you choose intention over reaction. It means you wake up and remind yourself, this is my life, and today I choose how I show up. Those first 10 minutes are a quiet battlefield where your mind decides whether you start the day with purpose or with chaos. And once you start with purpose, everything else becomes easier. So what does winning the first 10 minutes actually look like? It begins with something simple. Don't touch your phone. Not for messages, not for notifications, not for social media. When you pick up your phone immediately, your brain jumps into stress mode, comparison, urgency, distraction. But when you breathe, sit up slowly, stretch your body, and bring your mind into the present moment, you take control. You are telling yourself, I lead my day. My day does not lead me. Then, use those 10 minutes to do something that grounds you. Take a deep breath and feel your lungs expand. Drink a glass of water to wake your body. Whisper a simple affirmation like, I can handle anything today brings. Or write one intention for the day, even something small like, I will stay calm, or I will try 1% better than yesterday. This habit may look tiny, almost too simple. But don't underestimate the power of consistency. A good morning becomes a good day. A good day becomes a good week. A good week becomes a good month. And a good month becomes a transformed life. Success doesn't start when the world sees your achievements. It starts in the darkness of the early morning, in the quiet moments when you choose discipline over comfort, purpose over distraction, and growth over excuses. The truth is, people don't rise because they have big talent. They rise because they repeat small habits that slowly reshape who they are. And winning your first 10 minutes is one of the strongest habits you can build. It trains your mind to be calm, focused, and in control. It teaches you to respond, not react. It shows you that your life is not happening to you. You are creating it. When you win your morning, you win your day. And when you win your day, you begin to win your life. Habit 2. Speak to yourself like someone you want to believe in. Most people think confidence comes from achievements, success, or other people's approval. But the truth is, real confidence begins with something far more powerful and far more internal. The way you talk to yourself when no one is listening. Your inner voice shapes your mindset. Your mindset shapes your choices, and your choices shape your entire life. If your inner voice is constantly doubting you, criticizing you, or reminding you of your past mistakes, it becomes almost impossible to move forward. But if your inner voice becomes your coach, your ally, your quiet source of strength, then everything in your life begins to shift. every day without realizing it. You are giving yourself hundreds of messages. Some lift you, some destroy you. And the most dangerous thing is that people don't even notice the words they plant inside their own mind. They say things like, "I'm not good enough. I always fail. I can't do this. My English is bad. I don't deserve success. Other people are better than me." These words may feel small, but repeated every day, they become your identity. They become the walls that trap you. The people who build strong, unshakable confidence do one thing differently. They consciously choose a better inner dialogue, even when life is difficult. They don't lie to themselves. They don't pretend everything is perfect. But they refuse to speak in a way that weakens them. They practice speaking to themselves with the same compassion, belief, and encouragement they would give to someone they love. Imagine this. If your best friend came to you and said, "I want to improve, but I'm scared," would you tell them, "You're stupid. You'll fail. Stop trying"? Of course not. You would support them. You would motivate them. You would remind them of their strengths. You would lift them up. So why do we treat ourselves worse than we treat others? Why do we speak to ourselves in a tone we would never use with someone we care about? Here is the truth. Your mind listens to you more than anyone else in the world, and the words you feed it are either poison or power. Every morning, every time you face a challenge, every time you feel nervous or doubtful, practice using powerful language, not fake positivity, but real, grounded self-belief. Tell yourself, "I can get better. I am learning. I am stronger than yesterday. I can improve even if it takes time. I deserve opportunities. I don't give up on myself." These simple sentences may feel small, but they slowly shape your identity. They help you break limiting beliefs and create new patterns inside your brain. When you speak to yourself like someone you believe in, you begin to act like someone who is capable, focused, and strong. And here is the most magical part. The world responds to how you carry yourself. When your inner voice is clear, calm, and confident, people feel that energy. They treat you differently. Opportunities open. Your communication improves. Your decisions become sharper. You stop shrinking. You stop hesitating. You stop apologizing for existing. You start stepping into your power. Confidence is not built in the gym, not in school, not in public. Confidence is built in your mind, alone, in the quiet moments when you choose empowering words over destructive ones. Speak to yourself like someone you want to believe in. And eventually, you will. Habit 3. Do one small hard thing every day. Success is not created by massive actions done once in a while. It is created by tiny battles you win every single day, often when no one is watching. The people who improve their English, transform their mindset, build discipline, and change their lives are not the ones who wait for motivation. They are the ones who train themselves to do one small hard thing every day, even when they don't feel like it. This habit builds a hidden inner power that slowly becomes unstoppable. Most people fail because they have a fantasy of change. They think, "One day I will wake up motivated," or "One day I will have the perfect mood," or "One day I will feel ready." But that day never comes. The truth is, life will never give you perfect conditions. You will always be busy, tired, stressed, or distracted. If you depend on perfect moments, your dreams will always stay locked inside your mind. That's why this habit is so powerful. Doing one small hard thing every day trains your mind to move forward even when conditions are not perfect, even when you feel lazy, even when you feel scared. It teaches your brain a new identity. I am someone who does hard things. And once that identity becomes strong, your confidence rises, your discipline grows, and your self-respect becomes unshakable. A small hard thing doesn't mean something huge. It means something slightly uncomfortable, something you normally avoid, something that stretches your limits just a little. It could be reading one page in English even when you're tired, studying 5 minutes of grammar even when you don't feel like it, saying one English sentence out loud even when you're nervous, Waking up 10 minutes earlier than usual. Taking a cold shower. Finishing a task you've been avoiding. Walking for 5 minutes when your mind wants to stay in bed. These actions are small, but the psychological effect is massive. Every time you complete one small hard thing, your brain releases a tiny spark of pride, a feeling of, I did it. That spark is important because pride builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. When you do this every day, your self-trust skyrockets. You stop doubting yourself because you start proving to yourself daily that you can push through discomfort. And here's the real magic. When you train yourself to handle small discomforts, big challenges become easier. You become more resilient. You stop running from difficulty. You stop saying, I can't. You stop letting fear control your actions. Instead, you develop a quiet strength, a kind of inner muscles that grow more powerful with every small challenge you conquer. Think about people who achieve big things in life. Athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, speakers, creators. They didn't start with giant goals. They started with small, consistent habits that they repeated every day until discipline became part of their identity. This is how people go from average to exceptional, not through luck, not through talent, through consistency. Doing one small hard thing every day also kills procrastination. When your brain learns hard things are normal, you stop delaying, you stop overthinking, you start taking action faster, you build a habit of showing up, even when you're scared. And showing up is the secret to unlocking every dream you have. Small hard things create big, strong people. If you do 1% hard effort every day, your future will be 100% different. Habit 4. Talk to yourself, not against yourself. One of the most powerful habits you can build, yet the one almost everyone ignores, is learning to speak to yourself like someone you truly want to see win. Most people fail not because they aren't capable, but because their own mind becomes their enemy. Before the world doubts them, they doubt themselves. Before anyone says they can't, they already whisper it to themselves. Before obstacles appear outside, they already build walls inside. Your inner voice is either a weapon or a wound. It either pushes you forward or pulls you backward. It either builds your confidence or destroys it. This is why habit 4 is life-changing. Start talking to yourself, not against yourself. Think about this for a moment. If you spoke to your friend the way you speak to yourself when you're stressed, tired, or insecure, would they stay your friend? Probably not. But you have no escape from your mind. You live with it 24 hours a day. So the voice you hear the most needs to be your biggest ally, not your biggest enemy. Most people say things like, I'm not good enough. My English will never improve. Why am I so slow? I always fail. What if I embarrass myself? I'm not smart enough. They say these things in silence, but silence doesn't make it less powerful. These thoughts drain your energy, kill your confidence, and create a mental cage where your dreams can't breathe. Successful people, people who grow, people who improve, people who build unshakable self-belief, train their inner voice. They coach themselves. They become their own motivator, their own supporter, their own leader. When they face challenges, they don't say, I can't. They say, I'm learning. When they make mistakes, they don't say, I'm stupid. They say, I'm growing. When fear shows up, they don't say, I'm scared. They say, I'm brave enough to try. The words you say to yourself every day form the foundation of your identity. You cannot build a strong life with weak self-talk. You cannot build confidence with self-insults. You cannot win a battle if your own mind fights against you. So how do you change this? Not by forcing fake positivity, not by pretending everything is perfect, but by speaking to yourself with truth and strength, not fear and weakness. For example, instead of, I can't, say, I'm learning, and learning takes time. Instead of, my English is terrible, say, my English today is better than my English last month. Instead of, I always fail, say, every setback is training. Instead of, people will judge me, say, I don't live for their approval. Instead of, this is too hard, say, this is hard, but I'm harder. These small shifts in language create massive shifts in mindset. When you talk to yourself with respect, you behave like someone who deserves success. When you talk to yourself with power, you act like someone who can overcome obstacles. When you talk to yourself with belief, you start living like someone who will win. Your inner voice becomes your greatest source of discipline and motivation. And the moment you learn to control your self-talk, you gain a superpower that most people never develop: mental self-command. You stop relying on others to push you. You push yourself. Think about champions, athletes, speakers, creators, entrepreneurs. Before they perform, they talk to themselves. They say things like, I've got this. I trained for this. I'm ready. Just one more step. They don't let doubt run wild in their minds. They direct their inner voice towards success. This is what you must do with your English, your mindset, your dreams, your goals. Every day remind yourself, I am improving. I am becoming stronger. I can handle challenges. I control my mind. I'm on my way. Because the world can be noisy. People can doubt you. Circumstances can challenge you. But if your inner voice is strong, calm, and steady, nothing can break you. When your mind becomes your friend, life becomes your battlefield to win, not your prison to survive. Habit 5. Protect your energy like it's gold. One of the most underrated, misunderstood, and life-changing habits you will ever develop is learning to protect your energy like it's the most valuable currency you own. Because it is. Money can be lost and earned again. Time, once used, is gone forever. But energy, the force that drives your decisions, your focus, your creativity, your confidence, your discipline, that's the true engine behind everything you want to accomplish. Most people give their energy away without even knowing. They let negativity drain them. They let drama distract them. They allow toxic people to steal their confidence. They waste their mental strength on things that don't matter. It's like trying to run a marathon with holes in your shoes. No matter how fast you want to go, you will get exhausted early, because everything around you is silently draining you. So, habit 5 is simple but extremely powerful. Protect your energy fiercely. Think about this deeply. Your energy shapes your emotions shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. So if your energy is always low because you're surrounded by negativity, chaos, noise, or people who constantly dump their problems onto you, then no matter how motivated you are, you will feel stuck. There are people who never support you, only drain you. You must create distance. There are situations that give you nothing but stress. You must step away. There are habits that steal your focus. You must break them. There are environments that make you feel small. You must rise above them. Protecting your energy means learning to say no without guilt. It means choosing where you invest your attention. It means staying away from people who make you feel exhausted instead of inspired. It means understanding that your peace is more important than someone else's approval. And this is not selfish. It is necessary. Because every dream you want requires energy. Every skill you want to learn requires energy. Every goal you want to reach requires energy. Every transformation you want to make requires energy. And if you allow negativity to drain that energy, you are giving up your future for someone else's comfort. Look at successful people, athletes, CEOs, creators, thinkers, artists. They guard their energy like warriors. They're careful with who they talk to, what they consume, and where they spend their time. They know that not every conversation deserves their attention. Not every person deserves access to their mind. Not every situation deserves an emotional reaction. They choose peace over chaos, focus over distraction, growth over drama, purpose over entertainment. And in doing so, they rise. When you protect your energy, you begin to notice something incredible. You think clearer. You feel lighter. You move faster. You learn quicker. You grow stronger. Because your mind finally has space to breathe and your soul finally has space to expand. This is where true confidence is born, not from loud motivation, but from quiet clarity. So take this habit seriously. Remove what drains you. Keep what strengthens you. Build a life where your energy is respected, safe, and supported. Because the truth is simple, you cannot build a powerful life with a tired mind. If you want to grow, if you want to learn faster, if you want to transform your life, then your energy must become your priority. Don't let anyone drain your spark. Don't let distractions destroy your momentum. Don't let negativity steal your future. Protect your energy, and your energy will protect your dreams.